What is happening, y'all? We are reacting to this advice I wish someone gave me when I was broke. I will do
Don't
a
want that.
two-part series because this is a 47-minute video, so I probably will stop at around 25 to 30 minutes, and then we will call it good. So let's react to this, and let's get into this. I have a really good feeling about this video.
This is brutally honest advice for poor people. I've been there. I had to fucking pay rent. Every night I would think if I didn't wake up tomorrow, I would be okay with it. And I don't want that for anybody.
Because he lived it. I have lived it because there's been countless nights upon countless days where I have not wanted to wake up. It sounds depressing, sounds down in the dumps, but that is the true honesty of business, of life, of trying to pay rent, of trying to put yourself out there within the void of whatever it is you're doing. That's the truth of business in this day and age, is that without knowing that you are enough as what you are is something that I never heard when I was my age. Which you are. You truly are.
I get it. I was just going through all these old files yesterday and I saw a goal that I'd written, which was to make $10,000 a month income. And so it was 13 years ago. And so like, I viscerally remember that I get it. And so like the reason we make this stuff is because I've been there and I don't want that for anybody. You know, like I missed my 20s. Like I didn't have them as people traditionally say it. You know, like it's weird because in today's like internet culture, like I started my first brick and mortar business, like storefront. I was 23. Like I didn't know shit about fuck. Like I knew nothing. And like I didn't know you could hire employees. Like it wasn't a thought. Like I didn't know anything. And so like I cleaned, I did the billing, I did the sales, I taught the sessions. Like I fixed the equipment. Like I did everything because I didn't know you could, and I didn't know, and I didn't have the money, frankly, to afford anything else. And so
He has been there. I have been there. I am broke right now. I'm 21 and I'm hoping to retire myself and also my sibling at the age of 25. That is my end goal. Before I graduate college, that is when I want to retire. That is when I want to retire my brother, help my parents out, help my girlfriend out, because I am that caring person. I want to retire myself, my girlfriend, my brother, and his girlfriend. Just because of making content online. Just because of that. Which means I will not stop posting, I will not stop stating, I will not stop building my dreams, because these are my dreams. And I want to retire by the age of 25. I would love to. But the only reason to do that is by posting more content on a daily basis. Which means I'm going to increase the goal to 15 to 20 times per day. Because of course I need to beat Hamozi. Hamozi, in one of his videos, he stated he posts 30 to 60 times per day. Which means I want to get to that point, and I want to get to that leverage to where I know that I'm doing the best for myself and for my content. Because I have been broken, I've been alone, I've been here reminiscing on my past actions, past thoughts, past reasons of why I keep on doing this, why I keep on putting myself through this hell, why I keep on putting myself through this turmoil, this hellness of whatever.
I get it. Like I get it. But to get out of that, you have to take steps. And the first step is saying that it's my fault.
Because nobody else can change your life. Nobody else can reflect. Nobody else can do the dirty work that you are doing. This work will pay off. This timing, this thing will all pay off in the long run. I've made over 400 videos. I don't know. I think I'm at 450 views, so I'm gonna have to make a 450 video talking about my 450 lessons that I've learned over the years. I don't even remember what I was talking about.
You have to take steps. And the first step is saying that it's my fault.
Steps taking away that, yeah, it is my fault. I'm the main reason about why I'm in this predicament. I'm the main reason about why I'm doing this. I'm the main reason about why I'm wanting to retire at the age of 25. It is my fault that I'm putting myself through this hell. It is my fault that I'm doing the work where it needs to be done. Because if I don't do the work, other people will beat me at doing the work. And knowing this, having knowledge that I need to do this work, if not, I will feel hopeless and empty inside. That's just me. That's just me personally. And apologies, I didn't get my coffee in today, so I'm kind of tired. I'm gonna record till my eyes bleed as always. So, blaming yourself, stating that it is your fault. It is your fault. And once you know that it is your fault, that is the only way to get you out. Once you accept the blame and move on and move past this step, move past your life, that is when you get better. That is when you do more. That is when you understand more. Because what I've understood about being on this planet for 21 years is that when you take the blame for other people's accountability or other people's struggles, that is when you feel the most broken and alone. I know that firsthand. He knows that firsthand. Which I'm still not gonna stop to retire at the age of 25. That's my main goal. If it's on school, if it's on YouTube, that's the best option for me, I'd say.
The second step is that you have to use what you have.
Second step is to use what you have. Because if we don't use with what we have, we may never know where this life will lead us to. Which life is the gift within all of its responsibilities, or whatever you want to call it. The beautiful present is at the end of the road, where the road is long and hard. That's a quote I just made up. And through this lonely chapter, lonely hardness, this is where we grow. This is where we do. This is where we act. This is where we say. This is where we stand our feet in the mud and sit along with our friends. Because we've seen them. We've heard them. We've known their struggles. Because I have had to relive those struggles for countless years upon countless decades of my life. which whatever those struggles are, whatever those decisions are, knowing that you can change your life within a matter of steps. So what did he say?
Saying that it's my fault. The second step is that you have to use what you have.
Use what you have. If you do not use with what you have, you are wasting the resources that have been given to you by countless generations before your grandparents, before everybody. Because if they don't use what they have, then I don't know what to tell you. Besides, I'll see you on the other side, and hopefully I'll be walking the path of myself.
And so in the beginning, I was reading the self-help books and all this stuff, and none of them really hit for me, because a lot of it was like power of positive thinking and like affirmations and like all this stuff. And the reason I make the content that I do now, which has now almost become like a shtick, countering that is because it didn't work for me, and I'm not trying to speak to everybody.
Because it didn't work for him, he is speaking differently on himself. He's trying to bring out the real version of Hormozy. We're trying to wait and see that real version of Hormozy. Which, whatever that real version is, it is the version of himself about where he sees his life going.
Buddy, if that works for you, then like, awesome. Like, awesome. Like, people mistake me saying this is what worked for me with this is what I think everyone should do. And it couldn't be further from the truth. I'm saying if what you have been doing hasn't been working, then consider this. Which is that, like, I remember because I just read this yesterday. The intro in the book, I say, I wish I could tell you that the reason I was able to make it out of the gym was because I was like really passionate about changing people's lives, and I loved fitness, and I loved my clients' faces when they would light up.
I'm the same way. I would rather change somebody's life now versus taking upon countless hours upon countless years of my life being wasted. I would rather waste my life doing the things that I love rather than wasting it on doing other pointless activities. I would rather waste my time, waste my energy on making content for you all because I enjoy this. And I will never stop. And if I do stop, that means my channel is dead. And I'm not posting. That's my fault. And I hate to take the blame on my actions, but it's my fault for not posting as much as I should.
And they'd step on the scale and they'd lose weight, they'd be able to fit in their high school clothes again. It was none of that. It was just the sheer anger that I had, but the idea of being wrong and having the people back home be right about everything. And I couldn't, I still can barely tolerate it. And so, I took, in some ways, and this isn't I don't know if woe is me is the right term, but like, I had an otherwise very successful career. Like, I was in a white collar job, and sometimes it's hard, like, hey, I don't know, I haven't been in the other situation, but taking a step down and humbling yourself to minimum wage after you've been in a white collar situation, not easy. And I remember I had clients who walk in and be like, oh, did you go to college? And they were saying that patronizingly. And mind you, everyone here, at least this channel, knows that I don't give a shit. But they were saying it to basically, like, when I was gonna like write something down, like, am I literate? And in those moments, again, it was like I could be right or be rich. Like, I could try and humiliate them back because the pain of what they just said made me feel. They probably didn't even intend that. Or I can be like, yeah, I went to school. I'm very grateful for it. So what are your goals? And I could just move right past it. And so you develop that skin because I had to fucking pay rent. And so, I tell stories about having a kid drawing marker on the wall while I'm trying to close his mom, and he's writing in permanent marker, and I'm trying not to lose my shit over the fact that I'm gonna have to repaint the wall because she doesn't know how to parent a child, but I needed to close the card to pay for the paint. And so it's like I can scold the kid and lose the sale, or I can close the sale and keep my cool and then eventually clean the wall. And so, like, you only get that stuff by doing it. And so
you only get that stuff by living through the hell, living through the turmoil, living through the story. Because if this is the story that we are going to one day tell, then this is for generations to come. If we are allowing ourselves to be pitied and not following our dreams, not following our goals, not following our directed minded guidelines, then I don't know what to tell you. Besides, I'll see you on the other side, and hopefully, you are living the best life that you can.
So if you're at a place right now where you don't have a lot, you only have one thing, which is time. And so you have lower leverage. So I'm not going to lie to you and say that there's this one play, this one secret. No, it's just
doing the same thing over and over and over again. That is when you become mainstream. That is when you hit rock bottom. That is when you become that better version. Because if you are not wasting time on the dreams, on the goals, on the reality, then what are you doing with your life? Why are you wasting? Why are you putting yourself through this agony, through this pain, through this hell? Because I will not see you on the other side then. Don't waste your life like I have wasted mine. I promise you, I'm not going to waste my life like I've wasted my own life. Now I know. Now I've learned. Now I know what needs to be done.
It's sheer brute force. Like you have to will yourself out of it. Like you have to do. It's a huge amount of soul driving energy that you have to do outside of what you normally do. So it's like you have to live one person's normal life. You have to do your normal work, your normal job. You have to eat, you have to sleep, you have to clean, you have to do whatever else. And then the workday starts. So that is how you eat today, but you're trying to get ahead and you have to eat tomorrow. And so you have to eat the glass so that you can take the pain today, and you're trying to take as much of the pain from tomorrow as you can today so you can get ahead.
Because if you do not jump ahead, then I will not be seeing you on the other side. I'll be seeing you on the same path that you've been living over and over and over again. Because if you do not change your predictions, change your happenstance, change your reality, then I don't know what to tell you besides seeing you on the other side. So don't waste your life. Don't waste your 20s. Partying, drinking, doing all what the other friends are doing. Be different. Be unique. Be you. Because then I won't see you on the other side.
And like even the concept of getting ahead, I think about this visually, which is like if you have this timeline of life that you can pull towards you, and it's glass in the beginning, and then it's slightly less coarse, and then less coarse, and then it gets neutral, and then it starts to get a little bit sweeter, and a little bit sweeter, and a little bit sweeter. But you have to get through that glass period where you pull it towards you. And I do have this theory that like on a long enough time horizon, if we could live 1,000 years, everyone would eventually be successful. But people wait too long and they die too early. And I say die too early on a long timeline. And so I have to live today and tomorrow and the next day so I can live 3 days at a time so I can get to my second and third life.
Because life cycles is only one life cycle. You get one life, you get one time, you get one thing to do the things right. I've learned this through rejection. I've learned this through losing myself, losing other people, losing friends, losing family members. That we only have one life to live. And if we want to waste our life, I'll see you on the other side, where I will still be climbing and still be going and still be doing.
And if this path works for you, then maybe it works better than what you're doing right now, which is lie to you and say that you like there's this one play, this one secret. No, it's sheer brute force. Like you have to will yourself out of it. Like you have to do it's a huge amount of soul drive.
I'll see you guys in the next one. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Other than that, I'll see you guys in the next one. And yeah, peace.